not. Now I'm recording it. All right, guys, we're officially starting the group chat. We have Mr. Yosef, Kevin, Matt, Ryan, and Zach on, and we'll probably get a few more people. Last Monday we had like 15 or 18 people. And what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about mindset, time management, productivity hacks. We're going to talk about that, and then we're going to talk about how to get repeat business. And these are like two very, very, very good, important things to do. And we're going to talk about why that is. Now, before we dive into that, I'm just going to address Nathan's question. I didn't see any screenshots, so I got to see conversations before I can, make any, I don't want to say judgments, but before I can coach, I need to get a big picture overview. Nathan was saying he's having issues with buyers wanting like retail prices for brand new sealed new iPhones. And what we need to understand about that is like 2 or 3 different things. The first thing we need to understand is if people want retail price, that's the same thing as an objection of people just wanting more money. It falls under the same umbrella. So we treat it the same way by following the script and by saying, if we need to bring them back in the conversation like we talked about on the other group chat, we bring them back in the conversation and doing the, this is my top dollar, but I can drive you and bring cash. It's the same thing. And if your negotiating skills are decent, you'll get some of those phones. Now, I haven't actually gotten too many X's because there's like this one big local guy in my area that buys a lot of them. I think I picked up a couple XX Maxes like in the last couple days, but then before that, I only picked up 2. Okay, so I picked up 4 since they've come out. So I haven't picked up a ton because there's this like one local guy that just pays a ton for like brand new XX Maxes, and he advertised pretty well, and he's actually decent at negotiating. I still picked up a few. However, I focus on all the other ones. You guys, anyone here seen my Facebook story? Business is absolutely fine because I'm picking up all the other ones. I'm picking up the ones with the cracked screens or the barely used or all these other ones. Business is absolutely fine, and I'm doing the reach out method, and I'm doing everything else. The other thing is if you do get someone, and you will be able to get people down in price, some people, if they do this for a living, they might kind of know other people in the area. A lot of people, though, they don't like that. They like to deal with one individual, and you can get some people. And the other thing is if you do find someone that's tough and they don't come down in price and they want too much money, because even that one local guy, he doesn't pay retail price or anywhere near it. He pays just a little bit more than what I could pay. It's if they want retail price, they're not going to sell it. The market, which we can never see, dictates everything. So if someone wants retail price for their phone, they might shop around. They might try to haggle. They might go to all the AT&T stores and the kiosks at the mall. No one's going to pay them retail price, and they'll eventually figure out the market won't support their initial belief system of them paying retail price, and then they'll lower the price, right? That's just how it is. No one's going to pay retail price. So I don't think Nathan's on here, but does that make sense to everyone on here? Just give me a 1 in the chat if that makes sense. Kind of a big picture overview of price and how that works. And when you're decent at negotiating, as we know, guys, if you're decent at negotiating, you'll always be able to get phones and you'll always be able to get people down in price. I still got people down in price for XX Maxes. But you guys see my Facebook story, right? I mean, I've got 7 pluses and X's, and I got some notes, and I think I got something. What do I got over there? Let's see. I got that. I got an iPhone with a weird LCD line. Everything else was working. Picked it up for $150. We'll probably make $250, $300 on that. So we got nothing to worry about. We want to focus on here's the thing, guys. So all the other coaches, a lot of them like to try to sell shiny object stuff because that's what excites people. I just want everyone here to make a lot of money. I'm kind of like a nuts and bolts, right to the point. Why don't I teach you how to make money, and then you can go do what you want with it? So I rather just teach you guys stuff that's not the newest, sexiest thing. That's why you don't see me coming on here and always teaching the newest, sexiest thing. But I teach you proven principles that are work and guaranteed to work for you to make money in this business. That way you can implement it and see results. That's why you still see so many people that see results fairly fast with this program. And then once you're making money, you can just do whatever you want to do. So, I don't know, you want to go to the beach, you want to get tacos, you want to go snowboarding with Ryan, you can just do whatever you want to do. I just want to help you guys make money. So hopefully that kind of makes sense to everyone here. So with that said, let's go ahead and dive right into it. And Zach, was that you that posted that beautiful screenshot a few days ago of a text conversation breakdown where you use multiple tactics from the last group chat? Was that you? Or was that Duke? No, that was Duke. I love you, Zach. That was Duke. Guys, Duke, this conversation Duke had, I think you guys all saw it. It was unbelievable, just so you guys know. It was great. He used a lot of the tactics that we talked about on Thursday's group chat, brought people back into the conversation. It was beautiful. Duke, so if you're watching this, I mean, it was fantastic. You implemented a lot of stuff very well. Zach says, I saw him after I did that. All right, very cool. All right, guys, so let's dive into it. So are you guys all down to talk about how to get repeat business and what was the other thing? Productivity, time management, and mindset hacks. Does that sound good to everyone here? Just give me a 1 in the chat if that sounds good. I just want to make sure we're all kind of on the same page. I got a yes from Matt. And Matt, it's good to see you here. Matt, you're always very consistent with coming on these chats, which is important. You know, I was just listening to a thing by Grant Cardone yesterday. He says one of the things most salespeople don't do is they don't practice. You got to practice. You got to, if you're playing baseball, you got to be out there hitting the baseball and watching videos of yourself and tweaking your stuff and adjusting your feet and all that stuff. So when coming on these group chats and or going through training in the back office of Next Level, it has the same effect. You're getting better information. You're leveling up. There's 70 hours of training in the back office of Next Level now. Everybody here has the ability to make at least $1,000 a week in profit phone flipping and to be able to do this as their full-time career if they want, or at least make 50 grand a year part-time in profit phone flipping. I've seen enough people do it, and there's enough training now inside the back office to where you guys have complete access to it. Guys, last month we had like 4 or 5 different people do over $20,000 a month in sales. Everybody here has the ability to do it, but it's up to you to apply it. When you wake up in the beginning of the day, you have decisions to make. You could decide to, Facebook and scroll through and watch videos for 2 hours in your bed and ignore all the messages from the apps. Or you can wake up and you can say, all right, today, I'm going to put up ads. I'm going to start responding to leads. I'm going to do the reach out method. I'm going to get my shit together so I can go pick up some phones and make some money. You're only a series of actions away from having the results that you want and living the life that you want, but those actions come from decisions you make. So you can decide, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. At the end of the day, after maybe you've even had a successful day, you picked up phones, you have a decision to make. You can decide to watch Netflix for an hour and be entertained, or you can decide to go through training in the back office and get better information so you can level up your business. It's all up to you. Ulysses, that's a great question. Ask me that question at the end of the chat, and I'm going to answer that for you. And if I forget, remind me, and I'm going to answer it. So let's talk about mindset, time management, productivity hacks. So I got an amen from Ryan. So what were we talking about? My time management. So one of the things we have to understand is everybody has the same 24 hours in a day. You guys agree with me on that? We all have the same 24 hours. Now, if Zach or Taylor has conspired together and figured out a way to get 25 hours out in a day, I would totally love to learn it. But until then, I'm going to assume we all have the same 24 hours in a day. What's up, Taylor? Good to see you here. So with that said, let me ask you guys a question, and I want you guys to give me your feedback in the chat. Why is it then that some people get everything they want in life? Why is it that some people start off with nothing, and they start a successful business, they make a lot of money, they spend time with their family, they're in shape, they have a great love life, they have a great family life, they spend time with their friends, they go to meetings, they have self-improvement, and then why is it that other people are the same now as they were 10 years ago and they bitch about not having enough time? I gotta turn this off. Ulysses says, because they are hungry for it, more action. You guys are absolutely right. And, one of the things is I'm always inspired. I watched David Kosciuszko's story. David's like playing Magic one day. David's freaking on vacation. It seems like 33% of his life. David's spending time with his kids, his daughter. And then David's over here working on the business. David talks about how he just read 4 books. And David's making like a lot more money than I am, right? I think he's making more money than all of us, to be honest with you. So why is that? These very successful people, they manage their time well, and they have a way to get more out of an hour than most people. So the first thing they do is they do something reading is a big key, is they do something, a lot of people, guys, the average person spends time doing being busy but not being productive. So the first thing we want to do is develop an awareness of, is what we're doing right now, is it busy work or is it productive work? And a lot of times we can, I got to turn this off. Oh, no, sorry, that's someone. I got to mute. So my dad, guys, I love my dad, hanging out with my dad yesterday. So my dad sometimes does stuff that's like, sometimes he does stuff that's like, that's very productive, which is why he makes decent money. But then sometimes he does stuff that's just kind of busy. So maybe he might be, and I'm just going to make this up because I don't know if this is true or not, but maybe he's like, I don't want to use my dad. Let's say we're an invisible person. So we got Tommy over here, my next door neighbor. So Tommy over here, his light bulb goes out. So he gets home and the light bulb goes out from the ceiling. And right away he's like, I kind of want to get a new light bulb. So he hops in the car, he drives to Walmart, 20 minutes to Walmart, finds a light bulb, drives 20 minutes back, he screws in the light bulb, and he fixed the light bulb. And Tommy says, wow, this was pretty good. I had a fairly productive day. Let me ask you guys, though, was that action he took, was that busy work or was that being productive? Was the time he spent doing that, was that action moving him forward in life, or is he just kind of maintaining his life? What a lot of people do is a lot of people spend their whole life being busy but not being productive. They're changing the light bulb, and then they're doing some stuff that might actually seem like it's needed. They're doing laundry. They're mowing the lawn. They're doing dishes. They're cleaning up. Every day they're cleaning up. They're spending a half an hour wiping down everything and cleaning up. That stuff's important. Or they're shopping around for the best price. So they spend 3 hours calling different places and driving around. They're like, oh, I'm building this thing out, or I got this lawnmower for $20 less than the retail value. Well, if you saved $20, but you wasted fucking 4 hours calling around and shopping around, were you really being productive or were you doing busy? You were being busy work that's not productive. And here's how you tell and start to develop an awareness. Busy work a lot of the times feels good. It feels good to be busy and just kind of do stuff. Going shopping, doing laundry. Hey, you got to do laundry sometimes. I'm just kind of making an example. Going and changing the light bulb. I got some clothes on this chair right here. I could fold them if I wanted to, and I could fold them and iron them and spend 20 minutes and hang them up. That's busy work that's not going to move me forward. Busy work a lot of the times feels good, and sometimes it's urgent. Sometimes it's something, it just feels good. Productive work moves you forward in life. So what are some actions we can take that we know for a fact are productive and that are going to move us closer to our goals? If our goals are, and I'm going to make the assumption that says our goals are to make decent money, if not get rich in this phone flipping business, what are some actions we could take that we know for a fact are going to make us productive? There it is. We're going to post ads, we're going to respond to leads, and we're going to pick up phones. And we could say we're going to go through training in the back office of Next Level. That would be it. There's nothing else needed. Let me ask you guys something. What if I want to watch 3 hours of YouTube videos on how to get past iCloud locked phones? Is that busy or is that productive? Water is important and sleep is important. Hey, if you're not rested, you can't function at all. That's busy work. Absolutely right. If you're going and you're trying to find the secret website to buy iPhone XX Maxes for $200 and you're hiding your IP because you don't want the government and the Illuminati to see what you're doing or whatever it is, right? That's not going to work. If it's not directly related to posting ads, why I did that. I tried to find the wholesale website that had the iPhone X's and I wasn't able to find it. And I wasted like 20 hours that I should have been spent posting ads, responding to leads, and that's that. So one of the things we need to do is if we're not doing this, if we're not posting ads, responding to leads, and picking up phones, nothing else matters. So we want to make sure we spend our time doing that. Those are the direct actions that are going to relate to you being successful in the business. That's like the least amount of more work with the most amount of results. Now let's talk about another hack. Let's talk about a way to manage our time. So there is a guy, what was his name? Guys, who was that really rich guy that had the railroads? He was a really rich guy. He had the railroads. I forgot. But anyway, this is a true story. I forget was it Rockefeller? It might have been Rockefeller. He hired this guy to manage like his company. And this guy was the first guy in the United States to make $1 million a year. It was $1 million a year before income tax. So we're talking, it might have even been before the Fed. I'm not sure. I think it was Andrew Carnegie. I don't know. It's one of those big people. I don't really know. I think the guy's name was Charles Schwab. So Charles Schwab was, he was running this whole company, making $1 million a year before income tax. So translated in today's dollars, that's about $100 million a year. The dollar's lost a lot of its value. Dollar's all messed up. So this guy comes in to pitch Charles Schwab. And he says, hey, Charles Schwab, I got this idea to make everyone in your company more money. And Charles Schwab says, well, I don't need to know more information. We already know enough information. We already kind of got everything. We've gotten all that. We just need to be more productive. And the guy says, the salesperson says, no problem. I'll tell you what I do. I got the strategy I'll share with you. And I'll share it with you for free. And at the end of our time together, you try it out, teach it to your team, see if it works, see if it makes you more money, see if you're more productive. And at the end, after you've tried it out, you go ahead and write me a check for whatever you think it's worth. And Charles Schwab says, okay. So the guy proceeds to sit down with him. And he says, this is what I want you to do. Every night before you go to sleep, I want you to take out a piece of paper. And on the piece of paper, I want you to make a list of the top 6 things you need to do the next day to be productive. Not busy work. Not that I need to, I need to shave and I need to buy shampoo because the shampoo's running out and I need to do the dishes and I eventually need to pick up a present because Dad's birthday is. No, none of that. Direct income-producing actions that are going to move you forward in life. Make a list of the top 6 things you need to do the next day. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a list of the top 6 things we need to do the next day to be productive. And what I want you to do is order them. He says to Charles Schwab, order them from 1 to 6. Number 1 being the most important thing. Number 1 is number 1 because it's the most important thing. So write down number 1. Then write down number 2, write down number 3, write down number 4, write down number 5, write down number 6. He goes, write it down right before you go to sleep and then go to sleep. Well, let me ask you guys a question. And some of you guys, probably Ryan and maybe Keisha, maybe Matt, because Matt's pretty consistent on these chats. You guys might have heard me talk about this before. But has anyone here ever seen like a scary movie right before bed and you go to bed and you're like you're like thinking the scary movie in your head, and maybe you got to sleep with a nightlight on, but you don't have to tell me if that's you, but Keisha says me, right? Last night, watched The Nun. All right, so I don't watch scary movies because I just can't handle it. I'm not going to lie to you guys. So the reason, why is it that you're scared after you saw the movie? Because even though you're not thinking about it consciously, your subconscious mind is thinking about it. So we want to use our subconscious mind by writing down the list of stuff we have to do right before we go to bed. Your subconscious mind at night will actually go to work for you to figure out the best ways to get this stuff done. And you're also thinking about this. So instead of going to sleep thinking about YouTube videos and, thinking about the news and how the whole world's falling apart because the news is negative, because negativity attracts more stuff than positivity, and all that stuff, you're focused on yourself. You're focused on doing you. You're focused on the things you got to do, the action steps you have to take your business to the next level. Then what you do is you wake up. And this is what the guy taught Charles Schwab. He says you wake up, and the first thing you do is you start working on action step number 1. And every 15 minutes, you want to come back and look at action step number 1, and you want to keep working on number 1 till number 1's complete, because number 1 is number 1 because it's the most important thing. Once number 1 is done, you cross it out. Why do you cross out number 1, guys? Why? What positive programming happens when you cross out number 1? It's a sense of accomplishment. You are rewarding yourself. Okay? Guys, if I want to lose 20 pounds, and we know I've been trying to lose 20 pounds for about 2 years now, but if I ever get serious about losing 20 pounds, I'll go to the gym and I'll run. And then if I come home, instead of saying, wow, I weigh the same, if I had a thing that was like run 3 miles and I crossed it out, I'm encouraging myself. I'm motivating myself. I'm giving myself a sense of accomplishment even before what I wanted to happen manifested into the world. Because sometimes you got to take action for a few weeks or a few months, at least a few days, sometimes before you see really good results. Now, the phone flipping business is different. You can take action, start seeing results, within a few hours, sometimes or in a few days. But it encourages you, it motivates you. Then you go to action step number 2. You do that, you focus it. Once it's done, you cross it out. 3, 4, 5, 6. So the whole time that this guy pitched Charles Schwab, his whole routine that I just shared with you, it lasted 25 minutes. After the 25 minutes, Charles Schwab, the millionaire, guy making $1 million a year, hopped on the train and went to his meeting. Later in time, within a few months, the guy got a check from Charles Schwab for $25,000. He decided that 25-minute lecture made him and his team so productive that it was worth $25,000, and that's what Charles Schwab paid the salesman for. Not learning more information, right? Not learning all the new hacks and stuff, and all that stuff's important, but simply organizing his day in a way to where he can be more productive and to where you can take more income-producing actions in a more condensed period of time so you can get results faster. So you, instead of kind of working a little bit and working on and off, you can be really focused, you can be really sharp, you can do the things you want to do, you can accomplish your goals, and then go on to other things in life. So this is what I would challenge everyone to do right now. So I want everyone here to get out a pen and a piece of paper. We're going to wait 10 seconds. I want you guys to get out a pen and a piece of paper. And what we're going to do, we're going to wait a sec. So if you got it, we can't do it through typing. It's got to be an actual pen and a piece of paper because there's like more neurons in your brain that are fired off when you write stuff down than when you type it. I forget, something like that. It's like 300% more. Number one, because number one is so simple. And simple's good, right? We know that getting rich is not necessarily doing hard, crazy stuff. It's just doing the right actions. Now, school might have you believe that it's really hard and takes a long time, but a lot of times that's because they're trying to sell you into the idea of going to school to get good grades and get a good job, and jobs are mainly structured where you have to work hard over a long period of time. Nothing wrong with jobs, that's just the structure of them. Creating wealth in the real world is not like that. You can start taking actions, and a lot of times you do it right, it can be easier and less time-consuming than having a job because it's the structure of how the business works. All right, guys, this is what we're going to do. We're going to make a list of the top 6 things we need to do tomorrow. As soon as you wake up, the top 6 things you need to do to take your business to the next level. I'll share with you guys mine. Anyone here want to see mine? Mine are actually almost always the same. So the first thing I always do, guys, is here, I'm just going to write mine down. And then as I'm writing mine down, I want you guys to write your guys' down too. So the first 3, guys, every single day is always the same. It's actually the exact same. Because remember, making money is not hard. It's not complicated. It's not like anything crazy or anything like magical where you got to switch it up. Sometimes if an action works and it works well, there's no need to reinvent the wheel. Just keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. I was at the gym today. I ran for 2 miles, okay? It's not like I'm running any different or I'm doing dance moves on the treadmill. I'm just running, same thing. So number 1, guys, is I post an ad on Letgo, OfferUp, and Marketplace. Now you guys might say, well, let me show you with you number 2. So that's the first thing I do. I post an ad on each of those. I got the Craigslist guy that's posting ads on Craigslist, and I don't really do Facebook. 5 miles doesn't really work well in my area, so I don't do that, and groups don't really work too well, but I used to do all those. But now Craigslist and the Marketplace and Letgo and OfferUp is where I get most of my business. So I post ads on Letgo, OfferUp, and Marketplace. Guys, how long does it take me to do this? How long does it take you? That 5 minutes is what it takes you. But once I'm done, I cross it off. Then I go to ship. Guys, every single day, I have to remind myself to ship the items, okay? And then I have respond to leads and get phones. Now, you guys might say, hold on now, Aaron. You're Aaron Goldstein. You do $40,000 a month. You run Next Level, right? I even joined Next Level to try to get some info from you. I'm sure someone like you, Aaron, that's dedicated to phone flipping as you are, doesn't have to do simple shit like this. There's no need you have to do this. You probably know how to do it. Guys, every day I do this. I have it right over there. I got my planner right over there on that desk. I bought the desk just for the planner. And I write this down every single day. I have to keep myself in check because if I don't write down this every single day, guys, I'm going to start to get distracted. I'm telling you. It'll be a couple days. I'll start to veer off, right? I'll respond to a few leads. I won't put up ads, and then I'll think the business is slow. And is the business really slow, or is it because I'm not working the business correctly by putting ads up every day in all the platforms like we know we're supposed to do? And then before you know it, I'm going to be on a Shopify webinar or an Amazon webinar or something like that, or real estate, and all those things are fine. You can all make money in that. But my business is the phone flipping business, so I'm going to make sure that I stay fully focused on the actions I need to take to be successful as I can in the phone flipping business. I write down ship every single day. I'll be right back. I'll show you. This is my thing right here, and this right here is ship. This is my thing to do today. Now, I actually can't ship it because, as Taylor told me, the post office is closed. But I literally remind myself to ship the phones to keep myself focused on the basics, to keep myself focused on what works, so I can keep doing $40,000 a month. So what I would challenge you guys to do, at least for the next week, really, I do it every single day. It'd be great to do it every single day, is try this out for 7 days. Every single night before you go to sleep, make a list of the top 6 things to do the next day. And then when you wake up, go through each step, cross each of them out, and look at this, right? When you look at this, it takes your attention and focuses it on this and not other stuff. It's very important to control where your attention goes because everyone's trying to get your attention, right? If you're not focused on this, you're going to be on Facebook. You're going to start to get distracted. You're going to veer off. We want to focus on what works, and that's one of the benefits of making this list. Does that make sense to everyone here? Give me a 1 in the chat if that was helpful. Give me some feedback. Let me know what's going on. All right. Now, this is what we're doing right now. I want everyone to make your list right now of the top 6 things you need to do tomorrow and post it in Next Level. We're going to do it right now. Right now, we're going to do it. I'm going to do it right now as well. And once you have the list, I want you to post it in the Next Level. I'll post it in the Next Level right now with you guys. And just so you guys know, mine is post and let go OfferUp Marketplace, then ship, then respond to leads, get phones, then reach out to 20 people. Because even though it's simple, I divide it. I need to remind myself to reach out to people because if I don't, I'm going to get distracted. Then I want to read 1 hour, and then I'm going to meditate. Meditating would help me become calm, be more logical when I'm negotiating, and stay nice and relaxed. All right, so I just posted mine, and you guys can feel free to either post it and Next Level by itself or just underneath mine, either way. And I'm going to wait a couple minutes till I see a couple. There we go. What's Keisha got? Post ads, ship items, respond to leads. Keisha, you got some nice handwriting. Pick up phones, post more ads. Hey, I like that. All right. Oh, you got a trip coming up? Get ready for a trip. Fantastic, fantastic. Guys, these little things matter. These little things matter a lot. I used to go through training and think this stuff, Aaron, I don't got to do any of that. No, this stuff is important. It's necessary. It's needed. So I'm going to wait till I see a couple other people post stuff, and then we will get started. And then we'll move on to the next thing. All right, we'll wait a couple more minutes. And then my challenge for everyone would be to do this for a week straight. And you can feel free to post the Next Level to keep yourself accountable as well. Try it out for a week, and you will notice yourself being significantly more productive. Ulysses has been doing this. There it is, Ulysses. Fantastic, man. I call it Six Sigma. I like it. Very nice. All right, we'll wait one more minute, and then we'll move on to the next thing. Guys, it's these little things that matters. There's a reason Keisha went from $3 grand to 20 grand in 2 months, because she's doing everything right. She's taking the action, but she's also doing this other stuff as well that's needed for focus and longevity and all that good stuff. What's up, Chris Kripe? All right, guys, so we're going to go ahead and move forward now. So if anyone's finishing up, just feel free to post the Next Level so I can see where everyone's at. And also just kind of helps you stay accountable a little bit. When you're doing it, you're like, all right, Aaron, I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'll go ahead and make the list and post it. Trust me, it works. The other thing that's really good for mindset and kind of there's a few other things, but the other thing I'll just point out just real quick is simply getting results. So let's see, where's my man Matt? There it is, Mr. Matt. Let's do this. Beautiful. I love it. Hold on, let me give Matt a couple fire things real fast. Okay, all right. So the other thing that's really good for mindset and motivation, guys, is simply by taking massive action. When you take massive action, so if you're dabbling in this, right, if you're like, and it doesn't matter if you want to do it, I don't care what it is, but I'm talking about the business in general. If you just do it half-butt, half-ass, okay. So, yeah, I'm going to post a couple ads a day, and I'll wait a day or two, and I'll post a couple more ads, and I'll wait a little bit. When you do it like that, you're never going to get the momentum you need to really take this business off. In order to be real successful in this, you got to move quickly. You have to move fast. And if you go all out in this business and you fully dedicate yourself, Aaron, I'm going to do what I know I need to be doing. I'm going to post ads and respond to all the leads. What will happen is you'll start taking so much action that you will either start getting really good results or you'll run into problems. If you run into problems, what will happen is because you're taking so much action, those problems will be easier to be seen and you're more motivated to fix it. If you suck at negotiating, but you only get a few leads a day, you're kind of half-assing it. If you're getting 30 leads a day and you're not closing any of it, then it's going to be more painful and my negotiating sucks. And since you went all in with it, it's very hard to retreat, and now you're more motivated to fix it. So maybe you go through a bunch of the training in Next Level. There's over 30 text conversation breakdowns in Next Level's back office now. You go through some of those, you get better at negotiating. You start seeing results, and as you start seeing results, that motivates you, and you continue to prove that this business works. I'm all about writing down goals and self-motivation and all that stuff, but one of the best ways to do this is just getting results. When me and Taylor were talking, Taylor, you picked up one on Friday, 4 or 5 phones. When you pick up 5 phones in a day, and let's say you make $500 or $700 or even a few $100s in profit, it's very hard for you to think this business doesn't work when you do it over and over and over again. And the best way to do that, of course, is by putting up ads and appraising fairly. One of the things I see some people do that are new that don't get a lot of results is they're trying to make, $100 a phone. Nothing wrong with making $50, $60, $70 a phone, guys. Every now and then I'll make like $150 a phone, and I get like real excited when I do. But most of the time, guys, I'm making 60, 70, 80 bucks. And when I was getting started, I was making $50 a phone. I was doing $30,000 a month, making $50, $60 a phone, and I was happy with it. It wasn't until I got real comfortable in this business that I started pushing the envelope. I picked up one phone yesterday. I picked up an iPhone 7 Plus. Drove 25 minutes there, drove 25 minutes back. I sold it. I made $67. I'm sure I spent, I don't know, 2 gallons of gas. So I made $60 in profit on it. Nothing wrong with that. And that's a fair amount to make. Excuse me. So hopefully that kind of helps out everyone here and that makes sense. So with that said, let's transition to the next thing. Who wants to know how to get repeat business? Anyone here want to know how to get repeat business from customers? Does anyone care about getting repeat business? If you guys are like, Aaron, I don't want to get repeat business. I don't care about that shit. Oh, Keisha says yes. I got a yes from a lot of Caps and Matt, so I guess that they got a yes from Matt. Same way as in the card business, but yes. It's probably true, to be honest with you, Zach. And since you're like in commission and people, you kind of already, there's a good chance you already have some of the business mindset and sales that kind of go into the phone flipping. Because, a business is different than like a job. And when you're in car sales, it's kind of like your own business, So let's talk about this. So the first thing, there's 2 big things to do to get repeat business. Now, what's the benefit of repeat business? Guys, repeat business is free money. I picked up 2 X's today from a guy from Repeat Business saying a line that I'm going to share with you guys in a sec. These 2 phones I picked up, I drove 10 minutes there, 10 minutes back. I already sold them and made $350 in profit on both the phones. So repeat business is nice because some people will bring you phones consistently. Some people won't. Some people, they're going to sell you 1 item and that's that. Some people are going to sell you their items and a few other items they have, and then that's that. They sell you all of the phones. Some people will be consistent every now and then. Some people, they like have connections and they bring you phones all the time. That's like a beautiful thing. So, I'm going to share a line with you guys that I said to this guy that I was able to get these phones. And the same line I said to a guy over a year ago, and I've made, no bullshit, at least $15,000 from him. This guy has brought me at least $15,000 in profit in phones over 12 months. I've known the guy for 12 months now, and I'm going to share with you exactly how I did it to get the repeat business. But I want to start off by saying you're not going to get repeat business from everyone, but you want to be using repeat business because it's free money. It's like a beautiful thing. And when you get good, sometimes people will refer you to other people. I picked up an iPhone the other day to where this guy I bought phones from, one point referred me to this girl that I bought phones from, and this girl referred me to a friend that had a phone to sell. So I bought it from this person. I went through all of them to get it, because I didn't have the second girl's number. So he's like, hey, Kelsey's got a phone. And I said, all right, what's her number? And I messaged Kelsey, and she goes, oh, it's actually my friend, and I just met up with her friend. I've only done that a few times, but, free money's free money. Repeat business can be more common. So the first thing we're going to do, guys, is we need to make – so let me ask you guys. Are most people tech savvy and motivated and like to think, or are most people kind of lazy and like stuff done for them? What do you think? Do most people want to figure stuff out on their own, or Aaron, do it for me? Or most people are like, Keisha, do it for me. Ulysses, do it for me. Ryan, do it for me. People want everything handed to them, guys. People are lazy. I'm lazy too, all right? I'm kind of lazy. That's how I am. So one of the things we have to remember is when we meet up with these prospects, they're judging us. They're judging us. They're getting a feel for this. They're saying, is this Matt person? Is Matt Does he know what he's doing? Or is he kind of weird? Is he kind of slow? Is he taking too long? People are impatient too. I was getting a smoothie today, and it was more than like 3 minutes, and the guy in front of me was starting to bitch how the smoothie was like taking too long, even though they're making it with all like organic healthy stuff. At least that's what they say. I don't really know, but that's what they say, right? So people we know, kind of lazy. People we know are in a hurry. People don't want to be taking too long. People want stuff done for them. So we want to come across as a professional that does everything for the prospect. One of the things we do is we show up on time, okay? I show up to my meetings on time. When I say I'm going to be there at 6:30, I'm there always at 6:30, okay? If you come 15 minutes late or 10, 15 minutes late, the prospect's a little pissed off at you now, okay? You're not coming across as a professional. Show up on time. If Zach is dealing with people in the car, Zach probably knows it, right? If Zach says, hey, come in, I'll be around at 6:30 to help you out, and I'll pick you out of the car, and Zach's on lunch and he doesn't get in for 6:40, you think the person, oh, they've only been waiting 10 minutes. They're not mad. Or you think the person's a little agitated. What do you guys think? The person's agitated. Their time is valuable to them. Even though they might go home and watch Netflix for 4 hours, their time is still valuable, right? It doesn't matter that their time might not be spent doing busy work and not productive work. I do the same thing, right? I'm driving home. I'm trying to beat the stoplight. Sometimes I'm productive, guys. Sometimes I watch Netflix for 4 hours. I do it too. We all do it too, but we still want to beat the light just to save another 30 seconds. So number one, show up on time. Number two, do everything for the prospect. So guys, what are some of the things we have to do? We got to get the phone, and every time I get the phone, guys, I'm looking at it and I'm making sure there's no cracks. And I will allow the light in the gas station or the restaurant or whatever to reflect off the phone. So I'm checking it like this. And then I'm checking the back. And then after I check it, if they have the gigabytes, I check the gigabytes. Zach says, look at what they do at everything, and they're everywhere now. See? That's absolutely right, right? Uber. Think about Uber. You don't want to call. People don't even want to call and talk on the phone. People want to hit a button on their phone and have the vehicle magically show up in front of them. That's like what they want. All right? That's why Uber does so well. So what we're going to do is we're going to inspect everything. Then if they have the gigabytes, we're going to check the gigabytes. Then we got to factory reset it. Now, in order to factory reset some of the phones, at least the iPhones, I think it's the same for the Samsung. I don't know. But I know for the iPhones, in order to remove the iCloud, it's got to be connected to a server, and it's got to be connected to the internet, and sometimes the phone's not. So do you think it's better for me to say, oh, the service is out on your phone? That's a problem. I'm going to turn on the hotspot on my phone, so then I can connect your phone to my hotspot to connect it to the internet, to connect it to Apple Towers, and then I'm going to reset it. Or do you think it's better to do everything behind the scenes while you're making small talk with them? Well, some of the things I like to say is, so you doing anything fun today? You got any plans for the end of the day? And everyone says, no, I'm probably just going to go home and eat. Hey, this sounds good. What are you going to eat? Oh, I'm going to eat tacos. And I'm saying, oh, I love tacos. We love tacos around here. Tacos are amazing. As I'm doing that, guys, I'm doing everything for them. I'm turning on my hotspot. I'm going to the Wi-Fi in their phone, connecting it to my hotspot. My password, 1234, 1234, connect it. It connects it. Then I go to the factory reset tab for them. I hit factory reset, and once I need their information, which is like the least amount, then I hand them a phone and say, all right, let me go ahead and get this from you real fast. I don't say anything. I didn't say connect. I said, all right, I'm going to get you to enter this in. They enter it in. It resets. And then as it resets, guys, I like to wait for the line to go through. And then I like to go through the setup of a phone again because I'm always a little paranoid about it, just because it's who I am. And then I reset it again. So as I'm doing that, I'm making small talk with them. And then I'm saying, all right, just a couple more minutes. It just takes a second for the iPhone to reset. And then I'm making small talk with them. Then I say, you got your driver's license on you. They hand me their driver's license. Who fills out the bill of sale? Them or me? I do the bill of sale. Less work for them. I write this, I do this, I do that. I put the date. I put the date for me. I put the date for them. I put the IMEI where it says the item being sold. I write everything. I write down their driver's license. I write it all. And then once it's done, I turn the paper to them, hand them the phone, and I say, all right, Kevin, I'm going to get you to initial here and autograph right here. Autograph and initial are kind of like, I don't know. I was reading a book once and it said it's better than saying sign. I'm going to get you to initial here and autograph right here. And they initial and they autograph right there. And then I take it back and I say, all right, I owe you 150 bucks. Right, Kevin? And Kevin's like, yep. And I have the money already pre-counted in my wallet. So what I do is when I'll get there, I'll take the amount of money. And I always do this. I put it in the wallet like this so it sticks up a little bit and it's in my pocket. Number one, I don't want to count out like $3,000 in cash before them. That's like not I don't want to do that. The other thing is I don't even have to take out my wallet. I reach in my pocket, I feel it, and I just pull it out. And I say, all right, 150, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 150. If you want to count it, make sure my math is on. They count it, and then that completes the transaction of this phone. So you guys see all these little things I did here? Think of it from the customer's perspective. I show up on time, they're not waiting. I do 2 resets, so it takes a few minutes, but that's that. I inspect the phone. I do all the work for them. So what does the prospect see? They see, oh, this guy made small talk with me, or this gal made small talk with me, right? Chris Kripe was a nice guy. He works out. I worked out. We talked about the gym for a little bit. It was only a few minutes. I autographed and signed somewhere. I had to put in my password, but that was that. I didn't have to do anything else, and I got me money. So do you think with everything else being the same, I'm going to get repeat business from them, or the person where I show up 10 minutes late, I don't have the money on me, I got to run to the ATM inside the gas station and get the money, then I got to break a 20 with the cashier to get a 5 because I owe them $305. Then, I don't have a hotspot on me, or I didn't meet somewhere with Wi-Fi, so we got to walk all the way over to the Starbucks to connect it to a hotspot, Wi-Fi. I don't have the Wi-Fi password, so I got to wait in line and talk to the clerk. I'm not really sure how to factory reset. Which one's better? Who am I going to get repeat business from? Number 2 or number 1? What do you guys think? I'm getting repeat business from number 1. It's a no-brainer. The pro, says Taylor. I'm the pro. I know what the hell I'm doing. I might not dress like the pro. I might kind of dress like a bum a little bit, right? Because I always kind of wear junk clothes. But the interaction, the experience that the prospect goes through matters, because they get home, oh, this person's nice. They know what they're doing. That's like number 1. All these things should be in place every single time. I make sure I have change. If I wake up, guys, and I got, let's say, $1,500 on me, but I don't have enough change, I go to the bank, because as soon as they're ready to meet, I'm showing up with exact cash every single time. Or if I need to break a bill, sometimes I'll get to the gas station 5 minutes ahead of time, and I'll stand in line, and I'll buy a lollipop for a quarter, and I'll break the 20. That way I have the $5. I can give them exactly $305. I don't want to be saying, hey, do you have $5 on you? Oh, you don't? Because, all right, let me go inside and break the bill. Everything needs to be done beforehand, all right? I left my money on the table. See, I don't trust the customer, right? We don't want to do that. We keep the money in our pocket. We're in control. It's our business, and as long as we're doing everything right, they'll see everything's fine. I don't take the money out, guys, till I have the phone in my possession. I have the phone. I factory reset it. I've inspected it. Then I factory reset it. Then I do the bill of sale. And then what I usually do is I take the phone if I'm on the table, and once I have once it's fully reset, then I put the phone on the table because, they could always be nervous that we're going to run over the phone too. So by me putting the phone in the table in the middle of us, it's kind of a gesture that everything's done. I'm not trying to be sneaky about it, right? It's on the table in between us. I take the money, I count it to them, then I hand them the money, and as soon as they take the money, then I take the phone. I have one of these plastic things, so usually it's already been in the plastic or it's sitting on top. I take the phone, goes in the plastic, goes into my pocket. That's how we do it around here. Now, once that's all done, no, I left my house after I counted it and left my money in my house. And then, oh, okay. Cool. Well, hopefully that little ramble about to help that I did help someone out with something. So the other thing we do is once we do all that and we come across as the professional pro that we are, then we have the ability to ask for repeat business. We say the magical line. Guys, what's the magical line we always say? Someone tell me the magical line. I saw Keisha say it. Every single time, we always are going to say, hey, by the way, Taylor says, I buy other stuff too. That's what I'm talking about. By the way, you got anything else for sale? Any other phones or like tablets or anything like that? And sometimes they're like, no, but sometimes they're like, yeah, I got something else. All right, what do you have? And then they tell you. Sometimes you can get them to get it right there. I've gotten them to go, and then they come back. They'll like bring it right there. Or you can set up an appointment to meet them in the future to buy it. So I say 3 things every single time. Hey, you got anything else for sale? You got any like phones or maybe tablets you might have for sale? If they say no to that, I'm like, okay, well, if you do, let me know, because I buy phones, I buy tablets, I buy laptops, I buy them all conditions. So if you get anything, let me know. And they're like, okay. And then they're like, so I say that second thing because I'm trying to overcome objections they might have. The number one objection people have is, oh, what if it's not working condition? So I address it in the second statement by trying to dig a little bit deeper. Well, if you have anything else, I give them the whole spiel there. Kind of tablets, that's all I buy pretty much, just tablets, phones, tablets, or laptops. Let me know. I'll buy them all conditions, you know. You just let me know if you ever get anything, let me know. So, okay, cool, I'll let you know. So I do this to impress upon them and let them know that I buy them. And say, all right, fantastic, it was good meeting you, and I'll shake their hand. I'll say, and listen, if you get anything else in the future, so again, get any phones, tablets, laptops in the future, let me know. Text me. I will meet up with you. I'll bring cash, and I'll buy whatever you have. Sounds good? And they say, sounds good. It lets them know you don't want to say it real quick and be done. You kind of want to hammer on the fact a little bit to really drill into their brain so they understand it. I bought a phone, guys, when I was just getting started in the business from this guy. Guy had 2 phones. He wanted $100 for each of them. I just bought David's program. I was just starting out. I only had $100. I literally had no more money on me. I had no money in my bank, no money anywhere. I was doing a PayPal transfer of $100. So I had $100 coming tomorrow. I had no money in the bank, no much more money on me. I was only able to buy the 1 phone. And I think he only had the 1 phone. I think he only told me he had the 1 phone. But I said the same spiel I just told me. Hey, you got any other phones? He goes, yeah. He told me, he goes, yeah, I got this other phone. I said, great, I can buy it from you. Can we meet tomorrow? I bought it from him tomorrow. And then I was like, hey, listen, you got any other phones? And he said, no. And I think I was just bluffing at that point because I only had $100 at that point. The next day, $100 transferred from PayPal, so I only had $100, didn't have any more money to spend. Right? I'm in a different situation now, of course. I got 75 grand now saved up, so I can kind of spend it if I need to spend it. And it also shows you once you get good at this business, you can start stacking up money real fast. But by saying these words to him, he's been bringing me phones ever since. We'll like work together. Sometimes he'll send me to go meet up with someone. I'll meet up with him and buy the phone, and I'll just drop money off to him because he kind of hustles on the apps. He does the reach out method. That's who I learned the reach out method from. He doesn't have a job, so he gets phones just doing the reach out method full time. So I was like, there might be something here. Maybe I should try to incorporate this a little bit as well. If I didn't say this, though, he would not have known that I bought phones, and he wouldn't have contacted me. I might have never bought any other phones from him. I've made at least $15,000 in profit working with him. And it kind of comes and goes. So sometimes you'll have people that bring you phones. I got this guy I used to work with at AT&T, brings me like 1 item a month. He'll buy a tablet, he'll use it for a week, or he'll use it for a couple months, and then he doesn't want it, and he sells it to me. And then he gets a new Apple Watch, and then he'll use it for a couple months, doesn't want it, sells it to me. They recently switched from AT&T to Verizon, sold me all 3 of his phones. So like once a month, usually, he sold me his PS4 before. He sold me his cracked iPhone 6 before. He sold me a tablet before. He sold me a laptop before. I mean, I bought, right? So sometimes you get a bunch of repeat business. Sometimes it's a little bit. Sometimes it's like him. I get like 1 item. Like it's usually about 1 item a month I get from him. He's selling something. I drive to his house, right? I usually wouldn't recommend going to someone's house, but I mean, I've known him. I've worked with him, right? You have different relationships with different people. I go to his house. I pick it up. It's usually I can expect about $100 profit from one transaction coming to him from him pretty much every single month consistently, right? This kid had a phone. They dropped the phone. They dropped the tablet. They didn't have insurance. They're buying another tablet. I'm going and picking up the tablet. Definitely be saying this stuff, guys. Guys, people don't know unless you tell them. If you don't tell them you buy phones consistently, we can't expect them to think this guy buys everything. They may say, oh, this guy's maybe, let's see, maybe Yosef is in town for a week. He's buying a couple phones, and that's that. When Yosef says, I buy everything, all conditions, I meet you with cash the benefits, then they know, okay, from here on out, this is my guy. Some people have an insurance guy they go to. Some people have a car salesman that they're loyal to. Now they have an electronics professional that they can go to sell all their items. Does that make sense, guys? Just give me a 1 in the chat if that makes sense so we're on the same page. I bought my first X today. Keisha says, I asked the question, and the guy said, yeah, I work at a phone store and buy used phones when they want to trade them in. I explain I can buy cracked and BASN. He says, oh, I'll definitely be in touch. Guys, it's these little things that matter. We say it every single time. I mean, it's like it should be part of the script. If we had a meetup script, when we say every single time, it's saying those 3 things every single time. Hammering on the point that they can meet them. All right, fantastic. Was that helpful to everyone here? Give me a 2 in the chat if that was helpful to everyone here and that kind of makes sense. And maybe you guys learned something from this you'll be able to use when you meet up with people. Very important to say this. I got a bunch of 2s from Yosef, 2 Kevin, Keisha, Chris. Fantastic. All right, now before I go, I promised Mr. Yosef I was going to answer a question. So what was that question, Mr. Yosef? And I got to go in like 3 minutes, guys, because I've been drinking a lot of water. And I got to hop over to the bathroom real fast. And I'm sorry, bro, they are gone. Yeah, I should have been. Okay. I have trouble getting people to follow through with the meet, even after following up with the meet. How do the work tackle this? So they commit to everything, and then you can't get them to go for the meetup. They won't show up for the meetup. Tell me what percentage of people that happens to. Because if it's a small percent, that's not a big deal. I'd say about, 50-50, okay. There's always going to be you'll always lose the percentage of people on price where you just can't get them down in price. There's always to be a percentage of people you just can't get the meetup. I'd say maybe 15% of the people I have the interaction with won't meet. We figure it out. I don't know. They flake. I'm hitting them. I'm pushing them. I'm working on them, and they just don't show up. Well, hold on. If they're lazy, Ulysses, we can work with that. So let's see. You follow the script, right? You make them the offer. After the offer, are you going for the meetup right away? Are you saying something like, okay, great, when can you meet? Are you saying something like that? Yes, they agree. Do you set the meet, or do you have issues setting the meet? So do you never get the meet? They agree to everything. So they agree to the meetup. Do they agree to the time and the place? All right, we're meeting at McDonald's. Oh, okay, now we're getting somewhere. The meetups you're doing, when are you trying to do them? Is it usually like the same day, or are we setting it out for like a day or 2? You're bringing them to me, okay? So they agree to come to you. Within 24 hours at least. So that's a big thing, just to teach everyone real quick. Time. The longer you push out the meetup, the more stuff's going to happen. The more they're going to change their mind, find someone else. Keep it. Grandma needs a new phone. I'm just going to give it to grandma. We want to meet as soon as possible. When I used to work at T-Mobile, I'd set up appointments. I'd be at work at 12. I wouldn't get off work till 9. But I'm meeting them like right at 9:20. I mean, it's like right at 9:20, I'm meeting them right away. You're bringing them to them. They're coming to you, and they don't have it. Do they ever have any objections in the beginning of coming to you? Do they ever say, like, that's kind of far? Okay, so that could be a thing then. What I would do is I would figure out where they at and try to meet them halfway. If ever I'm dealing with someone, I try to get them to come to me. If they ever say that's kind of far, that's an objection, right? A lot of people, they won't say, I'm too lazy to come to you, so I'm just going to kind of agree and then flake. They'll be like, that's just kind of too far, and I don't really know. See, so they don't want to deal with the traffic either. I would say, listen, would you meet me halfway? You're here. Try to meet them halfway. Because sometimes you can't. I'll try to get them to come to me, but if I ever get any resistance at all that they won't come to me, or they say something like, I did it 2 days ago with this lady. She goes, oh, that's kind of far. I'm already downtown. So I initially set the meetup by me. Awesome. I like to meet everyone at this quick trip here. Can you meet here? 2 minutes from my house. Oh, I was just out there. I'm already downtown. Once they say that, that's an objection, and I might not be able to overcome that. So I say, no worries, and I Googled it. I said, there's a quick trip in between both of us. It's like 20 minutes from both of us. Could we meet there? She goes, yeah, that's fine. Now notice the little subtle communication that happened. She was softly objecting, which can be a big objection just in the soft way to her coming to me. But once I said, let's meet in the middle, she agreed to it, right? Sometimes they say, I don't want to meet that far. Sometimes they're super lazy and I will come to them. Not all the time. Just depends on your business. I would be meeting them halfway, though. That's what I would do. Initially set the meeting for you, and if they ever give you some sort of objection, say, no worries, I understand. Would you meet me halfway? Find the place ahead of time. There's a Dunkin' Donuts halfway between me and you at this address. Send them the address. Would you meet me in the middle and meet me here? Okay, sounds good. I mean, it's good to get them to come to you, but if you're having a lot of people flake, it's worth it to go 10, 15 minutes, meet them halfway, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, meet them halfway and have them show up and try that out. At least in the beginning, you know. You're driving 20 minutes there, 20 minutes back, and sometimes you lose, sometimes you don't, but it's worth it. Today, guys, I picked up those 2 phones. I was supposed to go get 2 other phones. I drove 25 minutes there, and the guys bullshitted. They got there. They didn't have their ID. I actually left my ID at home, bro. They walked there. They didn't want to do the deal. I got the sense that they were trying to do some shady shit and probably not sell the phones. And it was just weird. So I left, right? I wasted 25 minutes there, 25 minutes back. But a lot of times I'll drive there and I get the phone. It's just the nature of the business. That's how it works. Last week, guys, I drove an hour and 7 minutes one way to pick up phones, hour and 7 minutes, an hour back, but I made like $300. So I tell them I live 20 minutes further than I actually do. Keisha says she gives them. See, I had a buddy that actually used to do that. But yeah, try that out, Ulysses, and then let us know what happens. And if you have any issues, post a screenshot in the group chat or in Facebook, and I'll try to help you out with it. So that's what I got for you guys. Was this helpful to everyone here? Did everyone here hopefully learn a few things you guys will be able to apply to your phone flipping business to hopefully keep you more productive and hopefully make you more money and hopefully get you some repeat business at the same time? I got a yes from Keisha, yes from Yosef, yes, go Ulysses. Now, why you got to say it like that, Ulysses? Why do you got to say it like that? Maybe I'm not going to go get ice cream, okay? Maybe I might get some ice cream, guys. I lost 2 pounds, so I justify that by saying I can get ice cream. Probably that's why I don't lose weight. But that's okay. That's how it is. It's great hanging out with you guys. You guys have a fantastic day. I love how you guys are so supportive of everyone. Whenever someone posts a win in Next Level, there's a bunch of people commenting on it. I appreciate the support. And that's how I wanted to make Next Level, was a place to where we all support each other and lift each other up. And also a place where if you have any questions, you post it in Next Level and we help each other out as well. So I appreciate that as well. You guys have a fantastic day, and I will see you guys in the Facebook group and on Thursday's group chat. Bye for now.